Alrighty then, so how is the Jeep Gladiator control arm 5-inch stretch into my 5-inch stretch Genrite tank experiment going? Well, it's a TJ Gladiator control arms. What I ran into is when I had to move my coil top back, I had to notch into the frame here, which left me with very little room for my track bar. You can see that. Probably should have just went ahead and did a triangulated up in the front, but I wanted to do this experiment with all 4 control arms. So this is where we're at. What I ran into is a conflict with my track bar mount, which I had to move back. And in this actually on the original Barnes thing comes back like this. Obviously couldn't do that, so I cut it and bent it, and I was hoping that I would have enough room for my coil to operate in here. And when I first set it up, I still had about a 1/4 inch gap there. But what happened is when I set my pinion angle, I wasn't accounting for that when I was setting all this up, and I had to push it up so far. It's pushing the coil back into that nut. So what I'm going to do is cut my lower coil buckets off, and I've got some new ones from Barnes that are set so that they move this forward about 1.5 inches. What that'll do, that'll give me enough clearance, I hope, to clear all this out so that it won't be any conflict. The other thing I got to do is this exhaust. I just did this temporarily just to have it on here, but I need to get this fixed so that this comes out and comes straight down. Everything else is going pretty good. Doing the 5-inch stretch, the Gladiator control arm just happened to be exactly what I needed to fit, get the full use out of the 5-inch stretch. So I didn't even have to move the lower ones. I did have to move the upper ones a little bit. So those got cut off, and then when I set everything up, they got welded back on. I may have to do a little bit of an adjustment on my upper control arm. I may have to cut that and weld get a square tube that fits in there and stretch this out just a little bit, because my pinion ain't when I got it all set up and then I let the pressure off of everything, it sagged down a little bit, so it got me out of the pinion angle I wanted. Rookie mistake for a rookie fabricator, but you know, we're getting there. We're learning. So anyway, that's where we're at.